All right. There we go. Once again, I'm Carolyn from Midwest Manufacturers. We are recording this video so we can share it on our YouTube channel. We invite you all to visit that channel. We've got lots of great webinars on our library there. And for today, though, we do have our webinar on AI in action. And I am going to send this over to our presenter, Corey Dockin from Breakthrough. And he is going to speak to us about AI and marketing. So I will turn it over to you, Corey.
All right, thanks, Carolyn, and welcome everyone. I'm excited to walk you through how AI is transforming marketing for manufacturers. So whether you're just starting AI or you're already using it, this session, I'm hoping will provide some valuable insights and practical applications tailored for your business. I've presented this in some different ways over the past year. I've encountered audiences that are using AI on at large companies at an enterprise level. And I've also run into marketers that haven't even touched it yet. So, you know, this is kind of meant to cover different facets, hopefully bring some new ideas to the table here. And let me forward here. So this is what our agenda is looking like. We're going to cover just the basics about what AI is. Then we're going to go into specific ways AI can enhance marketing efforts, including, of course, content creation, advertising, customer engagement, get into automation. We're going to talk about best practices for using AI and creating content. We're going to talk about some of the top tools. You may even know other tools, and we're gonna have a session at the end where we can share some of the tools that you are all using. And then we're gonna look at a real world case study of these tools and how they were used in a specific marketing initiative for a manufacturing client that we had. So, and like I say, we'll wrap up with a Q&A session. So jot down any questions or add them to the chat. We'll have a good discussion afterwards here. Okay, a little bit about me. My name's Corey Dockin. I've had a career with agencies over the last 20 plus years. I started out in design and then kind of moved my way into work business development with agencies. So former creative, now on the sales side of digital marketing. So my current role, I'm the sales and partnership director at a digital agency based in Minneapolis called Breakthrough. So about 20 people. Think of strategy, full service digital marketing. We build websites. We work with clients in manufacturing. Some of the specific ones, like we have a client in electrical. They're an electrical component distributor, so a big e-commerce client. We've had clients in the printed circuit board industry and semiconductor. And other like industrial clients too. We also have some SaaS tech clients, but mostly like a B2B agency. All services kind of do the heavy lifting for marketing teams that need that extra help, or maybe they're they see a little bit more digital power on their team, and then we come in and supplement that. I'm in Minnesota guy, graduated from Minnesota State, Moorhead, grew up in Hutchinson, Minnesota, and then currently I'm on the board of directors for AMA Minnesota, past president, now serving as the VP of programming. So, and like I say, this presentation that I'm showing today, done a few times, but it keeps evolving. So it's not the same one. I've presented this in Kansas City. I was even asked to be on NPR to talk about AI, and that's because of my affiliation with AMA. And I had the big disclaimer, I'm not an expert, but I work with these teams that use it every day. So I kind of collected what I knew and shared it. So that's my disclaimer, but we'll all share ideas here at the end, because I know we're all learning and we're all exploring how to use it better. All right, first let's get into just like what AI is to begin with. Friends, let's just jump to even before we get into the market. So AI, it's actually this giant alien electronic brain that exists like out in the universe. and it's coming to take over our jobs. It's actually going to take over the whole planet too. So that's how I like to kick it off. This is how my dad sees it. Um, but that's actually not it. So AI is really just another step in the evolution of human technology. Okay. Think of like the wheel, the printing press, the light bulb, the first desktop computer, the internet. AI is just another stopping point. Okay. Another milestone in the evolution of technology. And by definition, it refers to the simulation of human intelligence or processes by machines, primarily computer systems, okay? These processes include learning, reasoning, and self-correction. So with learning, that's the acquisition of information and the rules of using it. And then reasoning, using rules to reach approximate or definite conclusions. And then self-correction is going through the learning and reasoning and self-correcting itself. I like to think of AI as it's software, okay? Software created by software developers. Software developers work in code. I'm sure people on this call have worked with developers to create custom apps and websites. In my career, I've learned that developers are capable of creating amazing things. But that's where AI comes from. It is software. And with software, we're basically making tools. And not only tools, but these tools are products. There's always going to be a new tool that someone is trying to sell. So like AI is also commercialized products. But these products, these tools, motor tools, they make us more productive with our tasks. These tools are different than any other because they actually tap into that massive brain. So that massive brain exists that I showed earlier. And that brain is the internet. And the internet, these stats change daily, but this is my latest check. And I think these stats might have been these are from 2022. So 44 million zettabytes of information, 2.25 billion pages, 500 million people using the internet, over half the world's population, and it just keeps growing. And AI taps into this and scrapes information from it and learns from it, and that's what makes it powerful. And then think of just the category, the different tools out there, and just the category of MarTech or marketing technology alone has grown with the development of AI, and it continues to grow. So there are tools for content, design, sales, project management, and video, excuse me, are just a few of the areas of the marketing space. And that's just marketing. Think of like, I've attended a couple conferences in the past couple of months, like IMTS and AHR. So more like industry conferences, and they have their own tools for what they're doing, whether it's like planning for designing HVAC systems or other processes within the industry. So just in MarTech alone, it just continues to grow. Okay, so why does it matter in marketing? First, it can save you time and reduce costs by automating your repetitive tasks. It helps businesses make smarter decisions by analyzing vast amounts of data quickly. It also enables deeper customer engagement and personalization, so ensuring you reach the right audience with your right message. You can use AI to verify that. And then finally, automation can streamline your marketing efforts. It can free up time to focus on strategy and things that'll grow your business. So just a few of the benefits. But let's also debunk some of the common myths about AI. So many believe AI is too complex or only for big corporations, but AI tools today they're more accessible than ever. I'm sure people on this call are using them. Another myth is that AI will replace marketers, when in reality, AI enhances marketing strategies, but it still requires human creativity and oversight. We still need to control it. And no, you don't need to be a tech expert to use AI effectively. These tools are user-friendly tools that simplify AI adoption. So in summary, just about AI, it's not a giant evil brain taking over the universe. It's the evolution of technology. It's software that leverages our growing internet they're tools, they're products that people are going to try to sell us all the time. But overall, it's going to help us be more productive. So let's get into the marketing side, ways to use AI in marketing. We're going to explore AI-driven content creation. We're going to talk about how AI optimizes advertising and lead generation, customer engagement, automation, and UX improvements or user experience. Each of these can significantly enhance efforts. We'll talk through each one. So let's first start with strategy. So when building a marketing strategy, there's many key components to consider, right? You've got your audience, maybe you build personas around them. You want to do research on your competitors. You want to build a lead gen strategy. You want a measurement strategy. And you can get way more granular than that. I'm just talking at a very high level. But let's focus on maybe the first two and explore how AI can enhance these processes. So this is a test that I did about verifying marketing channels for two different types of audiences. And these are two audiences that I'm somewhat familiar with. So two use cases. I've got my machine shop owner, and the other on the right side is a wedding dress customer. So more B2C. You got kind of like your B2B customer and B2C. I already know these channels. But I wanted to test ChatGPT and provide the expected results. I'm familiar with the machine shop owner because of the IMTS conference we went to, which was like there's 100,000 like machine shop owners there. So I got to know that audience really well, and we have clients that target that audience. So I already know the channels that we need to use to market to them. And I'm familiar with the wedding dress customer because my significant other actually owns a bridal shop, and she's had it for 10 years. And I know her business now, and I know what her customers are like. So I wanted to use these two as an example. So the machine shop owner, the channels to reach them, I already kind of knew. Direct outreach via email, phone, maybe they're on LinkedIn, definitely like in-person events, okay? Because that persona, typically male, maybe in the middle age area, rural or suburban, family-owned businesses. Those are the channels. And then with the wedding dress customer, that persona is female, often younger, they're trend conscious. Their channels are, of course, social. So Instagram, TikTok. In fact, my partners, like a lot of her appointments, they're all booked straight through Instagram, actually. And so they do all their marketing through Instagram to that segment. I already knew this, but I tested ChatGPT to see if it would know it as well, and it verified everything. It told me everything I knew. It already knew it. I don't know how. It just did the research, but then it also kind of expanded on other potential channels, like it served it up. So this is just one small example of how you could use it in just developing a strategy and diving into your core audience and understanding them. Because like I say, it taps into the internet and it finds out. Let's pivot to another part of strategy, which is just doing research on your competitors. I'm a big fan of this tool called SpyFu. And with competitors, we don't have access to their Google Analytics or their dashboards, but somehow SpyFu has the algorithms and uses AI to monitor competitors' paid ads across Google and their social channels as well as their just overall traffic. So I don't even have a paid subscription to this because I maybe use it 2-3 times a week. So you can use it for free, but you just drop in the URL of your competitor and you get a dashboard and it gives you, like I say, it's not Google Analytics, but it gives you a good idea of what their traffic looks like and what their paid media efforts look like and what they have for keywords as well. So that's SpyFu. All right, let's get into content creation like this, because this could probably be its own presentation in itself, but we'll talk about some key points here. AI can streamline content creation. Sometimes this is known as generative AI. It's making it easier to generate high quality, like think of social posts, your video scripts, blog content, white papers. You can prompt it to create the content, targeted content that you want at the word count that you want as well, if you needed a certain size. So tools, of course, like ChatGPT, Jasper, can all help with this. There's also a tool called Synthesia that automates video content. Using these tools can also improve SEO by analyzing keywords and optimizing content structure to ensure your brand stays visible. A little bit on advertising and just lead generation. So tools like adcreative.ai can generate high-performing ad copy, and predictive audience targeting ensures the ads reach the right customers. We're a big fan of Google's Performance Max ad type over here at Breakthrough. So that uses AI to optimize campaigns across multiple platforms. So I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about that on the next slide. Another tool called Meta Advantage is a collection of AI-powered tools that help advertisers run ads on Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms, of course, because it's Meta's. The goal is to reduce the time and effort required to create and manage those ads. And then, of course, there's AI chatbots that further qualify leads by answering questions and collecting customer information accurately. And I'm going to dive into those tools a little deeper as well here. So Performance Max, if you're not familiar, we just call it PMax in our shop. They've been a game changer since their introduction in 2021. So it represents Google's first ever AI-powered campaign type. Works across the whole Google Ads inventory. So search, YouTube, display, shopping, a lot of different ways you could use it. PMax campaigns use AI to serve very highly targeted ads, leveraging search intent and other signals to increase the likelihood of conversions. So we're a big fan of like paid search mixed with PMax. We're finding out that's a really good combo. But by automating key aspects of campaign management, PMax can free up marketers' time and maximize the chances of reaching that right audience. Okay, let's talk about customer engagement and retention. So customers expect fast responses, right? They want personalized experiences and ongoing engagement. So AI can help manufacturers meet these expectations without adding extra workload. So let's go over a few tools that improve customer interactions and retention. Big fan of chatbots. So they're like virtual assistants for your website. They engage with visitors 24/7. They can answer common questions, qualify leads, even schedule sales calls. So for example, Drift and Tidio uses AI to have natural human-like conversations with potential customers, making sure no inquiry goes unanswered, even outside business hours. I've used Drift at one of my previous roles, and I would get appointments booked like at all hours of the night. It was kind of fun. Customer reviews play a big role in building trust. So especially for manufacturers working with a new client. So getting reviews can be tough. So there's a tool called Podium, which automates the process by sending AI-powered personalized review requests via text or email, increasing the chances of getting feedback while keeping the process hands-free for your team. Been seeing Podium at a lot of these different conferences as well. They're exhibiting. And most sales are through follow-ups, but manually reaching out to every lead can be time consuming. So tools like HubSpot AI help automate follow-ups, personalizing emails based on past interactions. This keeps potential customers engaged and increases conversion rates without adding more to your plate. I know that means adopting the entire like HubSpot platform, but that tool does exist in it if you're currently using HubSpot. So then also, if you ever wonder what customers are really saying about your brand, AI sentiment analysis tools like BrandWatch can scan online reviews, social media, and forums to gauge customer opinions, whether they're positive, negative, or neutral. So this helps manufacturers proactively address concerns, improve customer service, and refine marketing strategies. And let's talk a little bit about user experience and using AI to optimize UX. Um, a well-optimized website just isn't about looking good. It's about guiding visitors to take action. So whether that's requesting a quote, filling out a contact form, or making a purchase, AI tools can help manufacturers create high-performing websites without the guesswork. So before making any changes, it's important to understand how visitors interact with your site. AI-powered heat maps like those from Fungway, a big fan of that tool. This can predict where users' attention will go, helping you optimize layouts for better engagement. I'm going to go deeper into that on the next slide as well for Fungway. But once you know what's working and what's not, AI can help you improve conversion. So tools like Unbounce or Crazy Egg analyze visitor behavior to suggest changes. So whether it's adjusting a call to action button or simplifying a form or reworking page content, Unbounce uses AI to automatically generate and test landing pages. So you can see what performs best without hours of manual design work. And then consider, testing different versions of your website. You would take months, but AI speeds up that process. So tools like VWO or Optimizely use AI to automate A/B testing, showing different versions of your page to different visitors, analyzing the results in real time. This means you can continually refine your site based on actual user data, improve engagement and lead conversions without the guesswork. We have a strategist over here at Breakthrough that is actually on the advisory board for Optimizely. So if you ever want to learn more about that, we've got an expert over here. So with AI, website optimization becomes a science rather than a guessing game. So whether you're tweaking a landing page, analyzing visitor behavior, or running A/B tests, these tools can help manufacturers create digital experiences that drive business results. Okay, so just a little bit more on Fungway, and that's FENG-GUI, Fungway. This tool uses predictive eye tracking technology to analyze the visual impact of your design, highlighting where attention will be drawn. So it's kind of like using a robot. There's tools like Crazy Egg. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting another one that we used to use for heat maps and eye plots. But Fungway is AI driven, simulates human vision, reveals the most and least engaging areas of your website, can help you optimize those layouts, images, calls to action to ensure visitors focus on what really matters. So whether you're improving conversion rates or refining the UX, Fungway gives you the data to make those informed decisions, whether your site is live or whether you have a new site that you're about to launch. Kind of like get inside your customers' heads before you get it out there. Okay, let's cover a few. We've covered a lot so far. I know it's a lot of information. I don't have a lot more left, but let's talk about just some best practices, just when using AI in general. And I've got 6 that we're going to walk through. So the first one is just, create with your ideal customer in mind. AI can generate content, but you still need to ensure it resonates with your audience. So consider their pain points, their interests, and the type of messaging they respond to best. Refer to that persona that you developed. Maybe you even used AI to develop that and fine-tune that persona. But always, when you're going to create content, keep them in mind. Second, content is a tool. It's not the goal. Okay, the ultimate goal isn't just to create content, but it's to drive engagement, conversions, and brand awareness. So we want to ensure that every piece of content has a purpose and contributes to your broader marketing strategy. Even like when let's say you're creating content in ChatGPT, ask it this and make sure that it's hitting on this, and refine along the way. So 3, not every prompt will perform. You got to keep going. AI generated content isn't about the first try, like one prompt and it's done. You need to experiment with different prompts, refine your inputs, and tweak the results to improve quality and effectiveness. Because I was one of those when I first started using it, I was just a one prompt user, like, oh, didn't work. or try one thing, but now it's a continuous kind of working through it to refine. Excuse me. Okay, so fourth, we want to ensure our content is actionable. Your audience should feel encouraged to take the next step. So whether that's clicking a link or engaging with your brand or making a purchase, ask yourself, would I take action after reading this? Okay. Number 5, AI is a muscle. Practice improves results. I kind of mentioned this earlier. The more you use AI, the better you get at prompting and refining content. Learn from what works and keep fine-tuning your approach to make AI a seamless part of your marketing. I also like to add like train your AI. Like my AI was adding like just real simple example that my AI was adding exclamation marks to like all the copy I was generating. And I'm not a fan of that. I don't like to use exclamation marks in my content. So I told it never to do that again. Just as one example. I also told it not to write, if it's going to write a message for me, not to start with, hope you're doing well, because it will add that to every single message. I trained it not to do that. You have to tell it. It's like your assistant. So lastly, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. AI marketing is a long-term strategy. So building trust and engagement with your audience, that takes time. Consistency, testing, and adaptation are key to long-term success when using this. Okay, lastly, let's cover a few tools briefly, and then we're going to get into a case study here. So we've already talked about ChatGPT. So many different ways it can be used, whether it's research, generating content, brainstorming ideas, refining messaging to target audiences. Still one of the probably the most popular tools out there, and I recommend the paid version if you use it a lot. I used the free one for a good year, and then I had to, as my adoption grew, I had to get the paid version. Another one that's popular in our office for content creation is Jasper. So this is a more marketing focused AI writing tool that helps craft persuasive ad copy, can do email campaigns, long form content. It comes with pre-built templates optimized for different needs. Another one is copy.ai. So this is designed to create compelling marketing content quickly, helps generate ad copy, emails, can do a lot of the same things Jasper does. But just another option out there. And there's always going to be new tools too. So these are just some of the top 3. When it comes to automation, there's a tool called Metricool, which is a social media tool that uses AI to schedule posts at optimal times for engagement. One second, let me have a drink. It also provides in-depth analytics to help refine content strategy. There's another tool called repurpose.io. Now, this tool can take one piece of content, such as like a long form video or a podcast, and it can automatically repurpose it into different formats, like social media clips, blog summaries, maximize reach and engagement. So like build it once, use it many times across all your different channels. A little bit more sophisticated tool. For me, it was more sophisticated, but there's a tool called Zapier where you can connect your different software platforms, reduces like a lot of manual work. So it allows marketers to set up automated workflows between apps like email and their CRM. And maybe you're using a different CRM than maybe you have a different social media platform. It does make it easier to connect all those together. So Zapier is a AI-driven tool for that. And then lastly, let's just touch on, we talked about customer service and some of these chatbots. So ManyChat, platform that automates customer interactions on Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So more of kind of a B2C tool. It uses it's useful for handling FAQs, can generate leads, even processing sales through automated conversations. Excuse me. Tidio is an AI-powered live chat. and chatbot solution that helps businesses engage with website visitors in real time. It can answer customer inquiries, provide product recommendations, and improve customer support efficiency. And then lastly, like this is one of my favorites, Drift. Drift is conversational marketing and sales platform that uses AI-powered chatbot bots and live chat to engage website visitors. So it can qualify leads, it can drive conversions in real time, and it helps businesses personalize customer interactions. It automates responses, accelerates the sales process by integrating with the CRM and marketing automation tools. Like I say, I'm most familiar with that tool. It can book meetings for you right to your calendar when set up right. Drift refers to themselves as a conversational marketing platform, which I always thought was interesting. Okay, I got one. Well, let's just run through one case study, which kind of brings some of these tools together and shows them in use here. So I went through our portfolio, and client we have is Advanced PCB. PCB stands for printed circuit boards, so they're a trusted name in that industry. They do the circuit board manufacturing and assembly. So they're facing a unique challenge. They acquired 3 different distinct brands and websites, and they needed a strategic plan to merge them into one cohesive brand identity. And then they needed to drive awareness because no one knew about this new brand. And they needed to still drive leads, and they still needed to drive sales. It's a very competitive B2B sector. There's printed circuit board manufacturers like all over the US. So they got this new entity, they needed a plan. Let's talk about how we used AI across this whole marketing challenge. So first, we implemented a series of AI-driven solutions across these areas. So it began with creative development. So leveraging AI-powered tools to create personalized, high-quality content that aligned perfectly with the newly unified brand. This allowed us to deliver compelling messaging that resonated with their target audience while maintaining consistency across all touch points. And this was something leveraged by our content and creative team, who are familiar with this industry. At the same time, they're not circuit board engineers, but we work closely with them on the client side, but we also are using these tools to help us develop that very technical content. Excuse me. So then next we focused on a paid media strategy, leveraging paid search and Google's PMax campaigns, of course, to start getting some awareness out there. This AI-driven tool, and it automatically optimize ads across all the various channels, expanding the reach, improving conversion rates by targeting most relevant audiences. So that's an example of AI used there. And then on the SEO side, we used a tool called BrightEdge. BrightEdge is an AI-powered platform that optimized their website's search visibility, and so ensuring that Advanced PCB was easily discoverable by potential clients. The AI technology helped us identify keyword opportunities and optimize content in real time for better search rankings. So also to enhance lead generation, on the sales side, we implemented an account-based marketing program, or ABM, and we use the tool 6sense. Now, 6sense, if you're not familiar, it's an AI platform that helped us identify and target the most valuable B2B accounts based on their buying intent. And that's kind of the key thing, the key differentiator by 6sense. They're not just a data platform, but they can provide this valuable intent data. So that enabled us to fine-tune the outreach strategies, engage the right decision makers at high potential companies. And then I guess, the final, or one of the other additional AI things we did there was just, we conducted a comprehensive Google Analytics audit and reconfiguration. So this AI enhanced tracking and attribution capabilities gave us deeper insights into campaign performance, allowing us to optimize efforts and improve ROI through data-driven decision making. So I hope that helped understand how we use it across content and search and paid media. So as a result, we experienced a significant improvements in brand visibility and lead generation. The AI-powered SEO paid search campaigns boosted their online presence, making the new brand more discoverable to their target audience. The use of 6sense for account-based marketing helped us focus efforts on those high-value accounts, increasing the quality of leads generated. AI also played a pivotal role in streamlining creative development, allowing for personalized content that resonated with their audience. So with the enhanced tracking and attribution capabilities from Google Analytics, advanced PCB gained a deeper understanding of their marketing performance, enabling them to make informed data-driven decisions. Okay, I almost hit the 40-minute mark, so that's good. So that's everything. I think we got a smaller group. We can open it up for Q&A. I haven't even checked the chat yet, but let's open it up for questions. I know I covered a lot, you guys. Carolyn, do we have questions in the chat?
Nope, I'm not seeing any yet.
Okay.
You could turn on microphones too if they want to talk or.
Yeah. Well, I have a question. I'm curious if, I've covered a lot of tools. Are there any tools out there that people are using that I didn't mention that they want to share? Or was this all new stuff?
So I've had a lot of success with Claude AI, for content development, so the quality, of the copy that it generates has really been, exceptional.
Okay. Cool. And what's your role in company?
So I'm a regional marketing manager for a B2B product line. So cover all aspects of the marketing mix, including promotions too. And so I use Claude, so on the B2B side, and I also use it personally as well.
Josh, I'm going to call on you since I see you on the camera. You're the only one with the camera on.
Yeah, what's the deal? I guess I should have just turned myself off.
No, it's good to see you.
Yeah, right on.
What are you doing at your company with AI?
Something that I think that you mentioned is really critical, that I find to be really critical to its success is what you were talking about, is training the tool.
Yeah.
And I've seen some very, very powerful outputs that we're using it for by allowing it to learn the brand. So feeding it with brand identity, the conversational tone, how we're speaking, what does the audience look like,
Yeah.
who are the key players within the company, has really streamlined my ability to get output from the tool. So, it's directly speaking, like we're using ChatGTP for content. I can shorthand a lot of the input now because I've trained all of the back end to understand the acronym. So I don't have to type in the full company name. I can just shorthand it to PAG now. And it already understands, oh, wait, this is what we're talking about. The one thing that I found it to be very useful for is writing marketing briefs or creative briefs to give to the agency. I know it's kind of a lost art, or somebody might say, well, there's some old school. I'm an old guy, so I'm going to just roll with what works for me. But using the ChatGPT to help me write the marketing briefs is a really powerful way to do it, and it allows that consistent output to just be banged out pretty quickly, and then handing it over to the agency, I know that we're going to get good good responses as a result of it. So those are a couple of thoughts that kind of came back to it, is that use it for, some of those baseline functions that are typically a pain to kind of process. Let it help expedite some of those tools. But like you said, Corey, you've got to train the tool. If you don't set it up front, it's going to be, it's not going to get you what you want.
Yep. And yeah, that's a great example, Josh, because I just gave like a couple very simple training examples, but the way you guys are using it, like it knows your brand, it knows your product line. And I've done that too, to an extent at Breakthrough. So like I work for an agency, so I'm developing proposals. But there's also like a Breakthrough way of doing things and our capabilities and our tone. I have my chat GPT trained on that. So I don't have to, so it kind of knows me,
Yeah. And I love the example too, is you're right. Like, tell it to stop putting exclamation marks, tell it to, back in the day, it's like, you don't need all of this other stuff. Like, this is how you want it to speak. And giving it those pointers, it learns very quickly.
And it's not always perfect either. Sometimes it actually does make mistakes. And I don't know if you ever run into that, but I'll call it out and tell it, and then it'll apologize and redo the work.
I'm still a little bit skeptical on the alien brain from outer space kind of thing. So I'm very polite to it, because when it does finally take over, I still want to be friends.
Good point. Yep. Gotta watch out for that.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other questions, comments?
So I had a question, Corey. So
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could tell me more about your approach to persona development with AI. So what kind of input are you feeding it, and how do you know when you have a high quality persona?
Yeah, good question. For me, it's it's not a one prompt exercise, it's a conversation that I will have with Chat GPT, and it'll start with the prompt like, hey, I need to develop a persona. And then I kind of get it set up, and then I just start feeding it everything that I know. And sometimes I don't know everything, and I need it to find stuff. So it's almost, I approach it almost like a conversation. I tell them about the think of like the filtering you can do like in Sales Navigator. So it's types of companies, the company size, revenue size, geography. Yeah, it's a gradual. I don't have like a recipe for it, but it's almost like it's just a gradual conversation, and then it gets built through the conversation, if that makes sense. Um, and then you need to test it ultimately, and maybe you're right on with it, but you can also try to verify it with Chat GPT as well,
Yeah,
high
thanks
level.
for that.
Yeah. But it'll create, it'll create whatever you want it to. You just need to prompt it. But I'll even use it for, even before I get to developing a persona, I'll use it mostly on the research side. So like, let's say I want to talk to more, and I've done this recently. I want to reach out to more printed circuit board companies. Well, I had to dig in and find out who they are first, and Chat GPT really helped me out with that. And it would even create tables of companies for me with the company name, and I would prompt it to create columns for where they're located, what their website is, what they do in revenue. Yeah, it's kind of amazing what the data it can spit out for you if you ask for it. And then once you have those companies, then you can start fine tuning like the specific role at that company and the persona that you're targeting. And then you can ask Chat GPT also, just like I showed like the machine shop owner and the wedding dress company, you can ask it about what resonates most with what's their channels to reach them, The machine shop owner is challenging because they're not always online. They're on the shop floor, in their business, they're business leaders. That's a tough one. And another tough one is like facilities managers, really tough to get a hold of because they're just sometimes digital marketing, they're not they're not online, they're out doing work, so it's like you can use ChatGPT to like brainstorm ideas and figure out the right channels to reach them.
It makes a lot of sense. Thanks.
Anyone else? Or Carolyn, if we have any other questions, I can kind of wrap it up.
Yeah, doesn't look like we have any other questions at this time, but we super appreciate you spending your lunch with us and teaching us about this ever-changing area of AI.
Yeah.
Like I said, I will send out the recording, and yeah.
Yeah,
People
and
will be reaching
I
out.
can close too by just, if there's anyone on the call that wants to continue the conversation, or if you have questions or you want to talk digital marketing, this is my contact info. Email me, call me, connect with me on LinkedIn. You can also use this link to book a meeting on my calendar if you just want to grab time to chat. But yeah, thank you for the opportunity to present today, and I hope it was helpful.
Very interesting. Appreciate it. All right, everyone. We will see you hopefully at a upcoming webinar. Keep checking our calendar. They're coming on. I just keep adding them, and hopefully you'll find something out there that you really want to learn more about. All right,
Thanks, everybody.
thanks, Barry. Thanks,
All
everybody.
right. Thanks, guys.